Hello friends and welcome to the Plug in India channel. We have another edition of I Have the Power for You, where real world EV users tell you their experiences using their electric vehicles. So this month Ola is the hot topic and we've got Mr. Nihar Amrute from Pune, who's a Bajaj Chetak owner, and he found an Ola S1 Pro testing on the Pune roads. He chased it down for 3 kilometers and checked it out. Look at this video that he sent us, a short clip of the Ola S1 Pro. So as you can see, he's parked the Ola S1 somewhere. Nihar has caught up with him and he's checking out the dashboard. That's a big screen and you can see the light is always on, which is the case for all two-wheelers nowadays. And he's checking out the plastic body, talking to the rider who has a nice blue raincoat on. And it looks like a small little bike. There's a one-sided swing arm suspension, and basically, yes, that's the Ola S1 Pro size form factor. Let's see what Nihar has to say about it. So Nihar tells us that the scooter is very compact in size. He also says that the build quality doesn't look that great. It's all hard plastic. He says that the finishing is also okay. So it seems Nihar compares this bike with his Bajaj Chetak, which has an all metal body, and definitely the build quality of the Ola S1 Pro doesn't compare or match up to the Bajaj Chetak. Well, let's go on. He says he can't judge the performance. He says that he wasn't allowed to take a test drive. The fact that he caught up with him in the first place is a very interesting thing. He says the display is nice, it's big in size, and it's even easy to look at in broad daylight, bright light upon it. Tires look a little bit small, he says, and he says the test rider zoomed off at very fast speed, possibly in hyper mode, and he is totally amazed by it. So this is the Ola S1 Pro spied in Pune and brought to you by Nihar Amrute. Thank you, Nihar, for that. If any of you have spied any Ola electric scooters running around, please let us know. Send us your videos and pictures. We'll be happy to share it with everyone. Next up, another popular electric scooter, the Ather. Now we've got Mr. Akash Javeri from Mumbai itself, and he ganged up with a whole bunch of Ather users, and they had a nice morning get together, Pulton meetup, that's what they call it. And here's the picture. You can see all these Athers parked in a line with all the green number plates, and one thing I can see is possibly 10, 11 S1 Pros, which is basically the loyalty series 1 Ather, which was given with a red strip in black color, and it even has translucent panels, so you can actually see the internals of the Ather, the suspension moving as you ride the scooter. It's a beautiful scenic backdrop. You've got Powai Lake and tall buildings and clear skies with orange shades, and it's a lovely scene to see green electric scooters not polluting the environment. Here is the team, the riders as well as the scooters parked alongside a wall, and such a scenic green surrounding. It's really lovely to watch this. So Akash says that, is there a collective noun that can be used for a group of electric scooters? Like you have a bunch of fish, you call it a school of fish. What do you call a bunch of electric scooters? If any of you have any suggestions, please send it to us. We'll pass it on to Akash, or you can go to Twitter and tell them yourselves. So finally, here's another picture of the gang standing in front of Powai Lake and at the road signal. Isn't it a great sight, guys, to see scooters with green number plates not polluting your clean city air? So that's a wonderful thing. Thank you so much, Akash, for sending it to us. We are so happy to see that you have the power. Next up, guys, we move on to four-wheelers, and the popular Nexon EV monsoons are coming to an end, and the Mumbai WhatsApp group provided us with a treat. Here is a video of a Nexon EV water wading at what is absolutely impossible for any other ICE cars. And yes, we are EV owners ourselves, and our E2O also would be able to do such impossible feats. So here you go, look at the Nexon EV wading through deep waters. No other vehicles are running except that bike that you can see behind him, and that's awesome. Well done, guys. So as you guys know, electric vehicles do not have a tailpipe into which water can get in and hence clog the inner workings of the car. The batteries are also very well protected, IP67, 68 protected, so they are not going to drown so easily. There might be a few cars with defects, but barring that, almost all EVs are able to do this very easily. We personally have had experiences almost every monsoon where our car can wade through deep waters, enabling me to take my father to the hospital when he is required to do so. And this is something that is a regular occurrence for me and will be for you too if you get yourself an EV. Guys, moving on, next on EV stories, we have Ivan Serix on Twitter, who tweeted to Plug in India about his fantastic EV experience. He drove 1600 plus kilometers all the way from Delhi to Kolkata, a trip which took him 7 days, and he has shared with us some photos. Just take a look. Here is the last photo which tells you the total range that he has, the total distance he has traveled. It also gives you an average of 122 watt hours per kilometer, which was how much energy the car used as it traveled the entire distance. Of course, this must have been a lot of highway driving, and we do know that EVs consume more energy when driving on the highways than when they do in cities where there is slow moving or start and stop traffic, where they get to use regenerative braking. Next picture shows you a very rural setting. The car is all dirty with mud, but you can see on the charpai over there that on the left there is a pole which goes into the ground with a green wire, and that is definitely earthing. He's getting his mains from another black wire, a very long coiled wire which is laid in the background, and from there he is plugging it into his regular EV charger that Tata has given him. It's a 15 ampere socket with earthing, and he's been able to charge his car in even such rural rustic settings. So definitely having a full and proper EV SE is not really required. In a pinch, you can charge from almost anywhere that you can get 230 volts of electricity or whatever the rating that is acceptable by the car. This is a very interesting photo indeed. We remember that we used to do a lot of such trips earlier, and a lot of such jugaad has been done. We've got many other Nexon EV owners also who've posted such pictures. It just builds confidence that EVs don't really need a very well, neat and dry, expensive setup to be able to use. They can go anywhere where you have electricity, and you can charge those EVs there and move on from them. The next picture that Ivan sends us, I think, is a petrol pump where you can see the yellow wire being looped from the wall in the back, and he's charging his EV over there peacefully, comfortably. At the image in the back, you can see that it's written over there, Tata Power Easy Charge Fast Charger. So this is definitely a Tata dealership which has tied up with Tata Power and put up a Easy Charge Fast Charger, which you can find on your Nexon app and possibly also on the Tata Power Easy Charge app. So awesome, Ivan, this is great news. We are very happy that you've done this. You've inspired so many people to do such similar journeys. So Ivan goes on to tell us that he got more range, 5 to 10 kilometers more when he was slow charging than when he was fast charging. He's not sure whether it's just his car or all EVs have this. Do any of you have any similar experiences where you can share if this is indeed true, that you get better range if you slow charge? In our experience as EV owners, slow charging is definitely better for the battery pack in the long term. So whenever possible, slow charge, and if only you've got a time crunch, then you should go and fast charge. But it's really good to have a robust fast charging network set up all around the country, and that is definitely going to help bring up confidence and promote EV adoption. Thank you so much, Ivan, for sharing all these tweets and your comments with us. Well, after the high-tech Nexon, let's take a look at a blast from the past. We have Mr. Abhay Mathur, who is a professor at Noida. He requested Zarel Lobo of the Plug in India EV community to make him a small car which was very cost effective, environment friendly, just like his dad, who is very much into saving the environment. So just take a look at these clips from the video that we've been sent. And here is Mr. Abhay Mathur presenting his father the car on his birthday. A green car for a green man. Zarel has made a lead acid car because it would be very cost effective, and the batteries, he said, would last them for a good 4 to 5 years if they didn't drive around too much. And this is definitely a city transport, a small car, air conditioned, for his parents to move around and be independent. It's a great car, 2-seater. It can seat 4 if you really wanted to, but it's a comfortable 2-seater. 90 kilometers of range, 4 lakh rupees. What more would one want? And a replacement for his gas guzzler Nano. The Nano in itself is a very environment conscious car because it consumes very little fuel, but this is definitely a step up for Abhay's parents. So well done, Abhay. So thank you so much, Dr. Abhay Mathur, for sending us this video. It's definitely very heartening to see new life breathed into these old electric cars and that they are still on the roads. So a wonderful sight to see. Thank you so much. Next up guys, let's move on to Charging Station Watch, where you tell us where you've charged your EV and what was your experience like. So we've got Mr. Akhil Krishnan, who has used the Xeon charging charger at Brookridge Mall, Coimbatore, and here is a video which records his experience.
Hi guys, I am at the Xeon charging station in Brookfield Mall, Coimbatore. This is a 25 kilowatt fast charger, DC charger, and pretty conveniently located in B1 of the parking lot. Plenty of parking, and of course it's a mall, so lots of things to do. Restrooms, shops, restaurants, etc. All in all, great location and good parking and convenient signage, easy to locate. So I would say 8 on 10.
So Akhil has given this charging station 8 on 10, which is definitely a high score. He's also gone on to charge on another location at the Mall of Mysore in Mysore, obviously. And let's take a look at his review of that charging station.
Hi guys, I'm at the Xeon charging station at Mall of Mysore in Mysore. It's located within the mall here, and good location near the Chamrajnagar and Ring Road junctions. This is their standard 50 kilowatt ABB charger installation. Amenities wise, the mall has pretty much everything. Good restrooms, restaurants, shopping. So all in all, I would say a 9 on 10.
Again, this is a Xeon charging outlet and Akhil gives it a 9 on 10. And the only reason why I feel he's up the score is because of the ambience. An EV gives you an ideal opportunity to just take a break from all that stressful driving. 15-20 minutes, 30 minutes, have a cup of tea, take in the fresh air. So I think outdoor locations are definitely being preferred by EV owners. That's what we are learning on the Charge Station Watch. So thanks Akhil for sharing your charging experience with us. Please go on sending us more videos of you charging on different charging networks and tell us your experiences. So there are a couple of more people who have sent us their charging experiences. Let's take a look at the next one. We have Mr. Samiran, and he is from Haryana, where he has taken his car to a static charger. Static is quite a big network in North India. They are electrifying the highways between important cities. And here you can see an MG ZS EV which has a number plate from Uttarakhand. So obviously it's come a little bit of a way and it's fast charging over here, and it's quite a neat looking setup. The MG has a front grille which opens up and allows you to charge your car, and here is the static charger which is possibly greater than 25 kilowatts. It's a CCS2 charger. As you can see, it's a 50 kilowatt charger. So it's going to charge up the batteries of the MG ZS quite fast. So thanks Samiran for sharing these photos with us. We are always happy to see new charging points and EV owners going far beyond the reach of cities and charging on these fast chargers. So Samiran is an eVerito user, and thank you Samiran for sharing these experiences with us. So next up we have Sinatra Technologies, who went to use a Xeon fast charger in Salem, and there they captured these two beautiful MG ZS EVs, and one of them is on charge, the other one is just parked there. It's always wonderful to see EVs peacefully standing at their charging stations, sucking up the amps. So thank you so much Sinatra Technology for sharing this with us. So guys, that brings us to the end of the EV Community ChargePoint Watch. Before we go, we have a special surprise from you. Hemang Shah from the EV community, who also is in charge of EO India, has got us some amazing images of the BYD E6. Now BYD is a massive Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer. They make buses, they make cars, they make two-wheelers, they make everything. And their entire name says it, build your dream. So they've come up with this car called the E6. You can see in the image here, it looks as big as an Innova. It is an MPV and it's really massive with a big range. It's really aerodynamic looking. You can see that it has no front grille and it has an air intake, possibly only for the air conditioner. because electric vehicles don't need a radiator to cool their engines. It's got Tamil Nadu plate, so it's probably come down from South India. And Hemang and his team went from Pune all the way to Goa in this massive BYD electric vehicle called the BYD E6. A little bit about the E6, it has blade form factor batteries, which is different from the cylindrical and pouch cells that most other EV manufacturers use. It also uses LFP chemistry, which is much more safer, even though it has a little bit less energy density as compared to the NMC that most other manufacturers use. And here what you can see is that these blade batteries are being puncture tested and fire tested to make sure that they are safe. Here is an image which shows you its range on a full charge, 100% charge, 500 kilometers. That's what it says, 162 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which is 162 watt hours per kilometer. And that's quite good considering this is a 2-ton car. A huge car will probably hold 7 or 8 people with luggage in it. And normal small cars like the Reva give you 90 watt hours per kilometer, and much larger cars like the Nexon will probably go into 110-120 watt hours per kilometer. So at 162 it's not really bad at all. What we can see next is the specifications of the charger. At AC it will fast charge at 27 kilowatts, and on DC it will go all the way up to 150 kilowatts. So for a 71 kilowatt hour pack which this car has, it will probably charge in less than 30 minutes. I would say 25-30 minutes tops with battery balancing. After 500 kilometers, I think a 30-minute break is definitely something you'll want to take. And in that time, if your EV can charge up completely, that's not bad at all. So this is really amazing. It's game changing. And they say it's coming soon to India. Here you can see it's charging on a regular CCS2 charger and on the hotel or the highway where they've parked. And you can see that internally it's got these analog dials for charge, consumption, while riding and the speed, but it does have a digital display for SOC and other car safety features. We can see the internal cabin where it's got quite a lot of legroom, a lot of headroom. And here are these guys, tired adventurers after their long journey, taking a well-deserved nap in their BYD E6. You can see the front badging over here, the fact that there's no grille. It's standing right next to a Tata Nexon EV, and you can see the difference in size over there. Thank you so much, Hemang ji, for sharing these wonderful photographs with us. And as we go, we can show you this image of the car charging at 45.5 kilowatts, which must be a 50 kilowatt charger. And in hour and 26 minutes, it says it will go all the way from 12% to 100%. So that's really good. It's not as fast charging, but really fast considering all the other EVs that we have in the market. Thank you all so much for watching. Please join us again next month for another very exciting episode of the Plug in India I Have the Power section.